Federal law provides severe civil and criminal penalties for the unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or exhibition of copywritten motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs. Criminal copyright infringement is investigated by the FBI. That's me. It may constitute a felony with a penalty of up to 5 years in prison or a $250,000 fine. Who gets that?
Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm late, God. My first day's video, it's like 10 after 7. Leave this shit, I'm trying to smash the hell. Golf clubs, shit. All right, let's go. Man, hey, is Flea here yet? Don't let him park next to my car, all right? All right, here we go. Is everybody ready? Are they in here? Jesus, wait. No. Okay, start the tape. Start the tape. Let's go.
What I got, you got to give it to your mama. What I got to give it to your papa. What I got to give it to your doctor. You do a little this and then you take a little water. What I got, you gotta get it, put it in you. What the got, you gotta get it, put it in you. What I got, you gotta get it, put it in you. Even with the feeling, don't stop, put it in you. On the line, I don't wanna be a miser. Run by, but sly, I be no wiser. Because this ain't nothing enough wiser. I can remember about it, but I keep it like a geyser. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Rock him to the bumper, kick it on a bumper. Clean it up, give it in the sea of distress. Give you more to receive your less. Unimpressed by material excess. Love is me, say hell yes. No bound, but I rock it, lead it, no how. No time for the piggies or the who's cow. Get up, get down with the power. Never been a better time than right now. Bob Marley, forward and a profit. Bob Marley, coming up the office. Bob Marley, walking like he's talking. Goodness me, can you see I'm gonna drop it? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Oh yeah. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Rock him to the bumper, kick it on a bumper.
Hey, huh. Hi. So glad you can make it. I'm glad I made it. I'm sorry I was a little late, but you know, traffic is bad. Hollywood, trying to get through it all. But I'm just so excited. I am so excited to be here and be able to do this, play some music. I'm going to be playing some of my favorite tunes, doing some grooves. I'm going to do them slow, do them fast. I'm going to talk about my approach to the drums. I'm also going to have my little friend Flea playing along with me. We're going to jam.
I don't like to brag, I don't like to boast, but I like hot butter on my breakfast toast.
Basically, our role as the rhythm section in Chili Peppers, we're going to talk about how we do that and how we go about writing songs, all kinds of stuff. A little bit later on, we're going to have some special guests, so you might want to stick around for that. Anyway, what you would do now is go and look at the drums that I just played, that I just beat on. These real quickly, are just regular old standard pearl drums, except for the paint job by my friend Johnny Douglas, who painted them up to go after my tattoos. I have some on my legs, but I can't pull down my pants and show them to you because it's, you know, it's a family show. So basically we got to 10 and a 12 and a 14 and a 16 and some Sabian cymbals and the odd little noisemakers, and that's the kit. So that's what I make all my noise on. So hey, come here. I'm not done. I'm not done. What I really want to also talk about is a beautiful thing called the art of making music. And that's what's really important to me, and I take playing the drums very seriously. And I think it's a really cool thing that we're so lucky, and myself, even doing this video and making records and playing all over the world, and it's such a gift to put your art out to the people and be able to play, you know, it just to make people feel good and be happy, and I'm just the luckiest person in the world to be able to do that. So we're all drummers here and some other people, all musicians, and we should really, really try to just think about having fun! First song we're going to do, I'm going to play a groove from a song called Mellowship, Slinky in B major. And this is basically has a funk swing shuffle feel to it. And check out, I'm going to play it slow first, and check out the hi-hat. And I do a lot of grace notes with my left hand, and I also play the hi-hat with the right, and then on the 2 and 4 with the snare. So here goes slow. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to play along with the track, and you can check it out up to speed in its full entirety and beautiful beautiness. Mellowship. Nice little toe tapper. We're a very rhythm-oriented band, and that it's really important for me to be as solid as possible. I can't play too busy. It's just about driving the groove home, making it hypnotic so people are like dancing in the last row, wherever, and just really driving it home really hard. I know it's been said, but it can't be said enough. It's so important because that is, every good band always has a really good, solid drummer. So that's really important. I'm also going to talk about what Flea and I do and how we play off each other, how we come up with parts. We're going to jam a little bit on some other old tunes, and just basically the rhythm section and how we work together and how we come up with tunes and ideas. And we're going to jam. So here's Flea!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome everyone down to the show today. This is Chad Smith's drum instructional video. My name's Flea. This is Chad.
Hi, Flea.
Hey, Chad.
How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thanks.
So what did Tarzan say when he heard saw the elephants coming over the hill?
What did Tarzan say when he saw the elephants coming over the hill? I think he said...
You don't know what he said. He said, there goes a bunch of elephants. And what did he say when they came back later and they were all wearing sunglasses?
He didn't recognize him.
That's right. He didn't recognize them. He didn't recognize them, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, comedy hour's over.
So now we're going to play a little number for you. Tasty little ditty.
A
We've
little
been
toe
working on.
tapper?
It's a real zingy, little zesty, zany, zingy number that we think will really get your blood boiling and your testicles quaking.
It's called Naked in the Rain. Ready? for my thing, what I'm listening to do with Flea is like I'm trying to hit all of his accents with the kick drum. It's pretty much following what he's doing. So I'm really locking in, thinking about all of his notes and trying to put the kick with what he's doing. That's what I'm listening to, and that's why it comes out the way it does.
Should we show it to them really slow?
Let's give it to him slow. 1, 2, 3, ah.
Very fancy kick drum work.
Did you see that? See, not a double pedal, it's one pedal. Don't try that at home, kids. You may hurt yourself. Grew up in Detroit, Michigan, the lovely Motown, and I was very influenced by all the stuff on the radio, and I started playing the drums when I was 7, and my father went to like a Baskin-Robbins ice cream type place and went in the alley and stole like the big, you know, the things that you scoop the ice cream out of. And that was my first drum set with these little Lincoln Log, little children's play drumsticks. So I started out with the finest equipment, and that's how I really, you know, progressed so quickly at an early age. But from then, I basically played in like school bands and stuff, and never really took any formal lessons. Mostly my real influences were just listening and playing with other people on other records. Like I jammed with Led Zeppelin, I jammed with Black Sabbath, I jammed with Hendrix, I jammed with The Doors and Motown, Iggy Pop. There's like Sly and the Family Stone, James Brown, all these people. I'd put the headphones on and I'd play along to them. And the really important thing that I tried to do is, because there's so many different styles there, is I really tried to get in to the feel of what these drummers were, how they were, you know, injecting their personality into their bands. Like when Bonham, you know, was like a big influence, and my brother, I listened to all his records because I didn't have any, so he's to blame, but I had some pretty cool influences. But with Bonham, it was just, he was so funky. Like most people don't think of John Bonham's like a funky drummer, but he was like really funky and thrifty with his parts, and just, you know, with the heavy foot. So I try to sound like John Bonham when I play with Led Zeppelin, you know, and then when I go and say play with, you know, any of the groups that I'd emulate, I'd really try to sound like the drummer, and therefore with the different styles, try to plug into what they were doing. So that was a big learning thing for me, and it was really fun. I used to drive my mom crazy. You know, she'd be like flashing the light on and off in my bedroom, you know, and I'd be like, oh, and I'd be in this trance, you know, because I was like in the band. It was great. So another really big influence was Mitch Mitchell's drumming with Jimi Hendrix, and I got turned on to that at a pretty young age. And so basically one of the tunes on Blood Sugar, called Breaking the Girl, has this sort of 3-feel, and I was playing a part that really wasn't gelling that good. It was okay, but it, you know, wasn't really happening. And I think Flea made the suggestion of you know, think manic depression, you know, think, you know, throwing like a tom roll thing. So I went, and ended up becoming a real integral part of the song. So I'm going to play that now and give you a little idea of how it sounded before and then after I added the fills, and check it out. And then, after the manic depression suggestion, I threw this in there. Now, I'm going to play along with the track and you see how it works. Okay? Check it out. going? Are we going? Are we going? Are we going? Are we going?
Yes, your chili pepperness.
Are we going? Are we going? Are we going?
We're going.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about warm-up stuff, what I do before the gig. Usually it's sound check. I get there, I get real comfortable with the drums, set up the drums so that I'm really comfortable with them. You know, everything's set up in the right spot. It's really important so then you can come out right away slamming from the first, from the first downbeat. You're not, shifting stuff around. Your seat isn't right or the snare's too high or whatever. It's really important that when you set up your kit before the gig, make sure you're real comfortable with it. And then let the engineers and whoever mic the drum set after you've got everything in position. Don't move your stuff for them. Make them mic the kit to how you like it. Because if could you move your cymbal a little higher so you might get my mic in there? It's like you can work with them, but not so it's uncomfortable. You're the one that's playing, so that's really important. Another thing that I do before, usually, I'll play at sound check, and that's usually my warm-up when we're on tour and stuff. I don't really practice that much because we're playing most every night. And at sound check, I usually get to warm up pretty good. So I don't do a lot of playing during the day. But what I do is I do some stretching stuff. I also, it's just good to be stretched and warmed up. Any sort of, I basically stole a lot of my stretching exercises from Nadia Comaneci. And she taught me, I do a lot of, I touch the back of my head to my knees. And I don't really want to go into that right now, but, stretching is good. Yoga is really good, any of that sort of thing. But I also do warm-ups. I'll just do like some double stroke rolls just to get your hands warm. So you're coming in and you don't cramp up. Like a lot of times, if you don't warm up and you get right out on the drums and you start playing really hard right from the beginning, you'll cramp. And Flea does a lot of warming up exercises. He's got a serious thing that he does. So he doesn't cramp up because he's doing so much stuff. So you're using your arms and your hands. It's really important. You get right out there and maybe you're a little excited and you're gripping the sticks a little too hard or something. You can cramp up really easy. So it's good to warm up your hands. So I just do like some double stroke rolls, this kind of stuff, some flam. That sort of thing. But again, there's nothing really strict or anything like that. A lot of people ask about tuning and what, the drum tunings, and I get that a lot in the clinics and stuff. So I'll give you how I like the drums to sound and how I like them and a little idea. Let's go to the kit, man. So I'll start with the snare drum, and this is an old Ludwig Pioneer, I think, one of the drum doctor's drums that he brought today, and I usually use skinnier drums, sometimes piccolos, and I also use some wood drums, some 5-inch drums. It just depends on, sometimes I get bored with like a piccolo after a while, and I'll change to a wood drum just to change because I need to be inspired by the snare since you play it so much. It's an important instrument on a kit. So I really like it really pretty tight. The top head should be real tight. And as far as tuning for the snare drum goes, I put the head on and I just go counterclockwise or opposite lugs and just get them going, crank them up, and then I'll have either myself or my drum tech will usually like stand on it. Now, it's probably not too good to stand on this really old classic drum, but just to stretch it out, because you'll play for a while, and even during sound check, and the drum will be up high, and by just the nature of the head and stuff, it'll stretch out, and so it's good to crank it up a little bit higher than I really normally like it. So after I beat it and sort of get it into where I like it to be, it's stretched out, and it's not going to change too much during the show. Another thing that I had a problem, I think probably a lot of people do, it's like you're in the dark or whatever, you had a show, and you have trouble finding your drum key. You're like, drum key, yeah, if a lug loosens up or something. So what I did was put your old Velcro around the drum key and just put it on here, right? Snap it onto the part of the key. Put the other spot right here on the bass drum. Bam, it doesn't go anywhere. Stays right there. It's in the dark between songs or something and I need to do a little tweaking. I just go right for it and it's always there. So that's like that's a little secret tip. As far as tuning goes for the toms, I basically try to get them to go to the races. When they go dun, 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 dun. So I think it's thirds or something. I'm not exactly sure, but for my toms with the 4-tom setup, that works for me. So, or you can play to the races like this, like. It's close. This guy's a little out, so I'll tune him up. Or you can play In the Mood. So for me, that's where the toms, my drums sound the best, and it's good for really for the tension, so that you know your stick comes off the drums and it's not like mushy. I like to have a pretty tight playing surface so I can get around them faster. So basically on the tuning thing, after I tweak them up and get them pretty close, I'll hold the middle with my finger to kill the overtones. Because when you play it like this, you're getting the ring from everything, and it's better just to dampen a little. Then you get the overtones. So it's see that? So this one's a little lower. I'm going to tweak this guy up a little bit. And this one's lower, so I'm going to go like this. Oh, this guy's too high. So you just kind of got to go around until you can basically get the drum. Try to get them as close as you can to each other. So there's a good ring. Unless some people like the drums to go down, boo. I like to try to keep them as even as I can, and just so you don't have obnoxious over rings on the drum, so it's a bad ring. But just really live. I don't put any tape on the drums. Sometimes a little piece of tape on the snare drum if it has a little bit of a ring. But I like to keep them as open as possible. Another thing about the bass drum, this kick drum head is really pretty slack. It's not real tight. It's pretty loose. Well, I'll put the drum head on and I'll go around all the lugs, and then just enough to get the wrinkles out. So it's really pretty slack. It's pretty slack. And I have one of these Falam slams on there, and that gives it more attack. I'm going to talk about Suck My Kiss, the next tune I'm going to play along with the track. And I'll just talk a little bit about my approach to playing the rhythm track. It's really important. I really lock in with the bass and the guitar, playing a lot of unison lines, especially in the verse. So I try to catch a lot of the stuff, a lot of the accents with the bass drum. And the dynamics are really important. The verses, I'm really tight with the hi-hat, and then it opens up for the choruses, which has sort of an AC/DC-ish kind of chorus feel on the guitar. So I'm kind of smashing away more on the chorus to lift it up, and of course on the lead too to play behind John and move that along. But definitely just really solid and really hard, just cranking it and moving the tune along, and check out the dynamics and keeping the hi-hat real tight in the verse. So play along. See ya. Hey, come closer. Closer. Come on in. Come on in. Okay. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to sort of dissect a couple of beats, and really, this is a thing with the grace notes on the snare. It's really important with the left hand, like Buddy Rich was the king of this. That sort of stuff. If not, with the grace notes on the snare, it sounds like this. But with the left hand going, just in between all the hits. It fills stuff up, makes it groove much better. It's really important part, definitely, of my playing. I throw in a lot of grace notes. They're very funky when you're playing straight, you know, funk beats. And if you have to ask, Blood Sugar has a lot of grace notes. And a couple from the songs off Mother's Milk, one of them called Higher Ground, a Stevie Wonder tune that's really cool that we covered. And I'm going to show you the difference of the sound basically, of when you play with just straight and without the grace notes. So I'm going to play with one hand how it would sound without the grace notes. So it's like this. 2, 3, 4. It's your basic shuffle stuff, you know. So what I really need to do is show you with two hands how it fits in there, and it makes a lot more noise, and it grooves a lot better, like this. 3, 4. I'm going to play along with Flea, and I'll show you how it fits in with the bass part, and it grooves along with that. So we're going to do that. Flea, let's bust it out. So, we're doing take after take after take. The producer's coming out like cheerleading, dancing around, trying to get me to like do it. Flea leaves, Flea plays naked, nothing's working.
It's all because it's a very hard kick drum part.
It's a very hard kick drum
part.
Kids,
I want you to remember, I want you to work on that kick drum power. Because if we ever fire Chad, we're going to need someone out there that can play that kick drum part.
And that's the tune that they're going to audition you on. So, it's doing that for hours, and my foot and shin and everything was like, I couldn't do it. I was physically impaired. I still am. Okay. There's another tune on Mother's Milk called Nobody Weird Like Me, which is more of a thrash, kind of up-tempo thing. And it's another example where the grace notes really make a difference, almost making it sound like a double bass. I've had people come up to me and go, hey man, double bass on Nobody Weird, it's really cool. I'm like, I don't play double bass. I'm like, really, what is it? And it's a lot of the left hand doing the opposite stuff of what the bass drum's doing. And it's fast, so it really sounds almost like sort of like a double bass part. I'll play it slow without the grace note stuff on the snare drum. So it's just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, pretty lame, right? But when you throw in the little grace notes, it kind of spices it up a little bit. And this is how it goes, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you put it together with Flea's bass track, with all the popping and stuff that's going on, it melds nicely with what he's doing. So it's really important to, like, your left hand. A lot of people right-handed, or if you're left-handed, your right hand's your weak hand. You know, it's really good to work on it, and mine always needs more work, but it's a really important part of getting around the drums and making things sound really even. And just like I said before, filling things up really nicely, especially in fills when you do the double strokes and the grace note stuff. It's just a good way to make it sound fuller, and it's really funky with the beats. So check it out. Here it is with Nobody Weird with Flea. So that's with
Very fast, kids.
It's very fast. Again, you might get hurt, so don't try this at home. But
I'll tell you one thing, though.
play along with that one, because that's a good one. And to go back with the ghost note thing I was talking about before, with the left hand throwing all that stuff in there really makes it sound, especially with what he's playing. There's like tick-a-da, 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 and it's happening.
But I'll tell you one thing, though.
I wish you would.
That those kids out there should always remember.
What should they remember?
There's nothing worse for any musician that if you go to play with a drummer and all they can do is play fast and flashy and loud and they can't play slow.
Good point, Flea.
Isn't that terrible? Someone who
This-
just can't kick back and lay it down in the pocket.
Something like this? This part, I want to talk about what's really important and is overlooked a lot, is playing really simple. And what's really, really the most important thing when you're playing in a band is playing for the song. Lots of songs don't call for fancy fills, you know, and always trying to stick your chop in there because it sounds good. And you know, I used to be like that when I first started to play. I could play these fancy fills, so I wanted to put them in. But once I learned more about songs and writing songs, you got to play for what's needed for the song. So, and I Could Have Lied, which is another tune I'm going to play along with. It's really, really simple. John, our guitar player, and Anthony had come in with the part, and they had it on a little tape. And it was just acoustic guitar and Anthony singing. And me and Flea listened to it and we're like, God, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. I don't hear anything. I don't hear any drums, you know, and I just don't hear anything. And sometimes that's the best part. But they're like, no, 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 think of Neil Young, think Gators, think, you know, really simple and just like locking in. And me and Flea play the same thing. And my bass trumpeter goes right with his bass line, through the whole thing. And the beauty of it is that it's really simple, and when it gets, by the end of the song, it's just really like a mesmerizing groove. It gets very hypnotic. It's like you don't like hear the drum part, it's just you feel it, and it really makes the song work. I can't stress how important that is, and sometimes it takes for you to mature as a player a little longer before you can get to the point where, you know what, if you're like a Jim Keltner who's like not known for his fancy licks but has this the dynamite feel, makes the song feel so good. It's just, the other guys are, you know, just playing along with it. It's just so easy and it just feels so good. It's sort of an intangible thing, feel and the groove and stuff, but just try to play along with this at home. Play with me on this one. It's real simple. I don't change up anything. And if, you know, close your eyes and you'll get into a real hypnotic thing, and by the end of the song, sometimes I like even see like girls, you know, dancing a crazy cosmic snake dance comes into my mind even sometimes. So you know, try to get there and get to that spot, and like I said before, try to get into what the drummer's feeling on that part. And I think it'll be really rewarding, and if you don't lay it down solid, no matter what, you won't have a gig. So you got to do it. So practice it. See ya.
Mountain never seemed to have the need to speak. A look that shared so many seas. The sweetest feeling I got from you, the things I said to you were true. Like I never change you what I feel. My face never show what is not real. Could've lied on such a fool. My eyes never keep their cool. Showed her
gink, to gink, dink, to gink, dink, gink, to gink, dink, gink, dink, gink, to gink, dink, gink, gink, dink, 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 dink. If you have to ask.
It's a funky funk song.
It's very funky.
Well, this song, Lovely Man,
Let's talk about the song Lovely Man.
well, it's basically a blues-based riff.
Is that right? What,
And,
what key is it in?
It's in the key of E. But in all seriousness,
Yes.
the thing that really brings the song together for me is the song's about halal.
Absolutely.
And I remember when we were recording it, we were kind of having a hard time getting it, just not like as hard as Higher Ground, but we were kind of having a hard time just getting that magic take. And I remember for myself, when I just really thought about him really hard,
Yep.
that was the take. And that's the thing, that emotions play into the way you play so much.
So much.
I mean, how much you're feeling. I mean, in a band like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, where there's so much spontaneity, what's going on in your brain and in your heart really affects the sounds that come out.
Well said. So we're going to play it and check out this sort of police-esque chorus groove that we sort of do. Remember that? And how we lay back in the chorus?
Okay,
We
so-
sort of like rock out the verses and more open. And when the chorus comes in, we kind of suck it in and really try to lay back. So there's pushing and pulling.
And also in the little break in the middle of the verse, it builds intensity.
I remember that. Well, 2.
3, 4.